How about now? Yes! Now I am back. So it's been 4 months since my computer worked. So I finally got my shit together, ordered the tiny little bit of cable that I needed to order, and here we are. So yeah, let's dive back in, see what we can do. I've already played a little bit to get the muscle memory back, but we're building the big nuclear base. So yeah, let's go do it. First off though, I'm gonna leave you. This music is a bit much, isn't it? Figured I'd put some good energetic stuff in the background, but it's a bit much, I think. Let's try the next one. Meh. How about this? Oh, that's the same thing. Wait. Yeah, it's a little bit better. Alright, we'll keep this for now. And the next thing I'll do is grab a link. So much fun. So much fun. Everything is still breaking down. Let me sign into the chat as well. Right, so that's done. Next, let's grab a link. Yep. Okay. Oh, all of this is going so well. And let's go and dump that into into here and into here. Let's see. Here we go. Right. So that should be that. I think we're good to jump in. Let's go. Also, I'm sorry for the noises I'm about to make, but I have made myself some pasta. Alright, here we are. Out there in the background is the big Honeycomb, is the big project that I was building before the computer went down, basically in December. So that's the main objective, but before we can do that, we have to finish a side quest, which is to free up some space, because out there in that ring, a ring on the floor around that massive object there, there's space for 108 nuclear reactors of these boys. Which means that, and all of them are going to use a bit of plutonium process. And that means that, yeah, we need to move the uranium burning to a new location, and that's what I'm building right now, right here. Like I said, I already joined, started the game up a little bit, and just to get into the swing of things again, set this out. So basically this, and everything has to be hexagonal based. Yes, it's back now. This this headset, I think it's dying, or the cable is, I don't know, but once in a while my mic will just die. Sorry about that. Yeah, so I set out to, yeah, everything has to be hexagonal based, like I was saying, which this obviously is. The rails at the moment are just to provide power so I can fly around with the hover pack. Yeah, it's hexagonal. I'm using 3 of the 6 legs, so it's basically, hey Farty, welcome back. It has been a while since we got to do this. But yeah, I'm back to my old megalomaniac ways with some hex-based structures. This is 72 nuclear power plants. They're arranged in rows of 12. On either side of 3 of the legs of a, 3 of a tripod, basically, across the entire swamp. Gave them a bit of a gradual curve, both widening in the center, and there's a curve that makes them, that kind of curves them upwards towards the end. So I think this has worked out pretty well. See, I've messed up one of the heights over there for that one. I'm gonna have to go and have a look at that in a bit. But yeah, basically that's the better version of the curve. There we are. So yeah, this is what I'm doing for now. I'm just gonna be hanging out and building this up, and the next bit is, well, first I gotta fix that height problem there, because it's not, that is not to code. But basically I want to build 3 train stations in here to provide the water for this whole build. So the train will come up, dump the water here, and the water will flow downwards through to the through each leg. And I haven't quite decided how to handle the nuclear waste yet. I might use the station that's still back there in the grotto that's going unused at the moment, or I might build another one in here, but I think I'm just gonna build a belt going down through there and then into that cave. There's the train of the main rail line. This is why I build long trains, because they just look better from a distance. Alright, let's go find the height problem right here, see what's going on. See this, you can clearly see that this thing is standing out. I don't know, this is not high enough, this is too high, I don't know what's going on. Let's go have a look. So that's a +3. In my head I had the whole cadence mapped out of that. That's a +3, and then there's a normal one and a +1, and then a normal one again, but I think that's not... That's a lot of power. Yeah, it's this whole thing started out as me trying to boost as much power as I could out of one uranium node. So it's basically the uranium node that's all the way on top of that mountain over there, all the way in the background. Also, high D-dubs. But yeah, this mountain up in the background there, that's the one that that is being used fully. And then I'm using summer sloops at several stages to double it and double it again and double it again, so yeah. That's going to provide a lot of power in the end. I'm going to switch. Bad. Let's have a look at this. That's... come on. No. Come on. We will just go do some white bat. That always works. Yeah. What is going on? There. Yeah, I'm sorry, the headset, I think it's either the cable or the headset that is dying, so it cuts out once in a while, but yeah, you can hear a lot of angry Dutch noises once in a while. Learn a thing or two. Let's see. I have... so there was the... there's the +3, +1, then a normal one. Then a +1 again. Yeah, so see, this is wrong. And this is wrong. This needs... Oh! Zoop. Muscle memory's coming back. That needs to be lowered by one. This layer. There we go, and then this needs to be a +1 again. And then comes the +4 that's over there. Bang. Bang. And that's the funny thing with curves like this. There's always another thing to... Alright, alright. Down went the headset again. I'm gonna go get another cable for a bit, I think. Yeah, this whole stream might be just me sorting out various problems that come from, you know, having the whole PC in the mothballs for what, 4 months. God, it's been long. Okay, let's think about what to do next. I'm gonna lay out these stations, see what I can do here. See what I have space for and what I don't have space for. Because... To bed. Yeah, no worries, Farty. It's fun to have you drop in again. For old time's sake, right? Alright. Let's go see... What can I do here? Need 6 carriages for one side, for each side. That means at least 14 foundations. So it doesn't fit there. I might just put them on top here. Like a helix based around here. Have these 3. I think I'll have the helix go down 1 floor. And then have the stations go in these other directions. Just below. That might be interesting. I'm also seeing that the stream is utterly unwatchable with the frame rate, so I might have to go and see if we can change some settings here. Output. Oh no, stream. about now? That makes a difference. Alright, yeah, that's a little bit my. Thanks for your input. It's smooth on my end. The upload speed or the processing bitrate on YouTube side, I don't know. I'm not a professional at any of this, so there's probably a lot of settings I could do to make things better, but I wouldn't know where to start at the moment. So yeah, let's keep going with this. Let's think about where I'll be building these stations. I think this level, a little bit lower maybe even. Let's have a look. I'll just extend this way. Right, let's see. If I put a station on here, H to ignore the placement nonsense. Need to be lower. Let's go. Oops. Don't delete the thing that you're actually. Lower by. How about this? Wait, is that thing not powered or something? What's going on? No. Quite building assumes that just makes 2,500 megawatts by itself. So, you know, if you think about how much the work the CPU needs to do, like whether it's outputting 25 megawatts or 2500 megawatts, that's not work for it. But so it actually, with less buildings making more power is quite efficient. But yeah, putting this many will put a bit of a strain on the PC, especially considering the factory you need to feed a plant like this. But I have a decently beefy computer, so it's so far so good. I'm at 43 FPS at the moment with all the people will keel over and die when they go under 60, but you know, for a game like this, 45, even 30 FPS is kind of playable. Anything lower than that becomes quite annoying. But how's it going, Keon? I'm building my uranium plant over here because that entire plant over there is going to do plutonium only. So this is going to be all uranium, and it's going to the 72 machines here. They're kind of arranged in sort of this curve. Obviously, it's going to be hexagonal based, so there's 3. But yeah, the what is this? Did I reload the wrong file? I didn't, right? The hell? Let's rebuild this first. I need these rail lines to power my hover pack. The audio is stuttering for me. Not sure if the issue is on my side or yours. Curvature looks pretty cool already. Thanks. Yeah, the issue is definitely on my side. I haven't really put in the work yet to optimize and to get things going for the, you know, after the PC having sat there for 4 months. So I don't think settings are currently working well. But so one thing is funny. I started building right over there at that point with to connect to that rail line that I have over there, and I just laid out the machines, and I, you know, debated a bit and organically came to this kind of shape, and then I replicated the shape in this direction, and then look at what happened with the fit. This happened. This is not planned. This is a thing that just happened. That is, I don't know. That's a good sign, isn't it? Even this one below here, it just, it's just. That kind of blew my mind that it just fit and it just happened. I didn't plan for that. So right now my task will be to build trains. And by the way, I'm sorry, not the build that I'm working on right now. Get rid of what in 1.1? it just fits so well with it. But yeah, you can already blow them up. Yeah, like, let me back up my statement right here. I am always one for good destruction, so there we go. Look at that. It's gone. Don't have to wait for 1.1 for it. Destruction, yay! Okay. Ooh. Yeah. You know you have a when the load time is like a minute. There we go. We learned something. I think we're gonna lower this a little bit more. Just to set it apart a little bit further. Yeah, that looks alright. That looks pretty good. Yeah, alright, sweet. Now let's get the train to... I have everything curved and these train tracks are super straight. We can do... It does follow that Gaussian curve in the vertical sense as well, right? If I use what? Beams? You can stick them to beams and get specific angles. Yeah, that's good. Okay, okay, okay. Okay, so let's actually build it so that it makes a nice controlled, like, gradual plunge down in there. How do I end up with this curve? So first off, I built like a straight line of these machines, and then I figured, okay, I want to really leverage how good these the water sections of these machines look, right? So I tilted all of them to one side a bit so that you could like see them all have them all face you like in the same direction. But then it was still like too much of a. So I figured I'd just set them all backwards from each other a bit more. So now you can see all of these swirls, and these will light up and start swirling when they machines actually run. So that's going to look pretty good. So then I had to set them all back, and I did that on first in a straight line, and then I figured, you know what, let's curve them a bit. And it's just literally I started by placing each one 2 clicks back. So the first few setbacks are all set back by just 2 clicks. It's all like regular. And then over here, I think it is, yeah, this one is the first gap where they sit back 3 clicks, then 3 clicks, then 4 clicks, 5, 6, and 7 clicks in the furthest one. So I just basically gradually build up the distance for the progressive distance for every next one. Microphone is back. Great. So yeah, build. And after that, I do the same thing on the vertical axis. So it's kind of annoying and painful to go through it, but in the end it does really make a difference in how organic or how complete of a structure it looks. Hey Conflict, how are you? It's great to be back. Thank you. I'm having fun already. I'm already building like a new megalomaniac, a new mega project. A few hours into the machine running. So just a few hours today because I have actual work in the morning. So, oh, and look at that. This thing is all wrong. See that setback is just all kinds of wrong. Why is it so bad? It isn't that bad on this side, but it is that bad on this side. What is going on? What? How's that happening? Oh, it's actually just a full foundation off. Good, that's fun. Three, 4, 5, 6. It's there. That's right, isn't it? Yeah, that looks about right. And then I build that on top of this. Bang, and get you. How about that? No, there. Is that better? Much better. Yes, that's where it needed to go. You wouldn't expect anything less. Yeah, it's kind of. It always was kind of predictable, right? But good to see you well. Good to see you still around. It's funny that I was away for so long and I did see like last week's like the community highlights stream that Michael did from the Satisfactory official channel from Coffee Stain. And like the quality of builds that is getting featured now is just, it has stepped up. It has just like 1.0 has somehow like it has made things the quality there is just insane. Are all the belts going to come out at an awkward angle for all of the power plants? Yeah, a little bit. But what I plan to do is have like a service layer that I'm just gonna cover up. So, and it's gonna be relatively easy to. Let me just demonstrate. It's gonna be relatively easy to just find like a spot where I can build it like this, and then I can go from there. Like it's not gonna get really difficult. It's gonna be a bit, a bit of work because but I'm already tired of the microphone cutting out every time. But yeah, it's gonna be a little bit extra work because if you build like a normal person, you have all of them basically at the same angle and at the same location with respect to like the middle. So it would be a lot easier to just like plonk down more and more and more of them, and here I'm gonna have to do each one individually, kind of. But you finished the game, you heretic! One does not simply finish the game. I haven't, by the way. I have no idea what even like. I'm yet to do complete phase 5, as you can see in the top right corner. Kind of dumb, actually, but let's go do. Yeah, let's figure out these stations. So I want the trains to come to this level, I think. Actually higher up. I've beaten the game. I'm not finished. I'm immediately started over. Keon is also part of the pioneers who have completed their. The purpose is more. So no, you haven't. But congrats on finishing phase 5. That's a thing. A thing I'm yet to do. Let's see. That's the level that the train needs to get to. And then we're going to spiral down in a 3 up spiral, and then coming to that level. I hate this headset. I'm gonna just see if I can find a different cable to fix my woes for now. I'm still surrounded by a mega collection of cables because I was just finishing my just fixing the computer, and that always includes going through the box of cables. It's better. That's what I need. All right, let's try it now. What's the thing on my stream's thumbnail? Yeah, that's... I didn't... that really broke my tongue, but all right. Yeah, that's an old build of mine, and I needed a thumbnail for the stream, and I think it's a nice and striking building. So I just... It's a fake news thumbnail, basically, but I did build it. It's an old coal power plant. It's a stealth coal power plant. If you want, I could just, set this... What's going on? Oh, man. Yes. Clickbait, yeah. Well, technically it's not clickbait because there's no red arrow in it. So, it doesn't qualify, right? It has to be a red arrow. Like... It worked, eh? You know what? We're just gonna visit that base for a second. Because it is one of the builds that I'm actually quite proud of. Where was it? I think it was this one. You remember the stealth plan conflict? Yeah. Oh, right. I have to do the that one. Yep, yep. You're right. That is true. Okay, yep. This is the correct build for it. There it is. So that thing, it doesn't really look like there's much going on in here, right? It looks empty. But there's 8 coal plants in here doing their work. They're packed as tight as the game will let me. So their like foundation things are actually overlapping a bit. But as tight as the game would nudge me, and you have to build them in the exact correct order, or they don't behave well. They start moving upwards or downwards with the placement. So there's a truck stop here. There's a truck who delivers coal to this truck station, and that goes up through here. Logistics are happening in that 2 foundations thick layer in here. And then I just used all the curved foundations and stuff to get some interesting shapes around the smokestacks. For water, we got some water pipes going there. Pipes are going through here and then down into the ground. And I managed to, because I built these floor holes and then removed the foundation that the floor holes were going through, I could then clip a pipeline, or just build a pipeline from the bottom of the floor hole and use the straight pipe function to the vertical pipe function to just route it underground to connect to that one. So now that's just going underground and it's completely hidden as well. So yeah, it just looks very standalone, but it's I try to hide as much of what's going on in there while using, you know, the pipes again as some of the trim. And the machines are poking out, but that looks like just it is intended trim on the design of the building. So I spent way too much time on this. I spent like 100 hours building 8 coal plants, but it's yeah. Conflict. You say you don't Bluetooth pipes? Oh, you mean the this stuff? I don't know why it draws it like that. It's kind of broken, I think. I don't know. I just covered it back up and didn't dress it. But what's fun is this build actually made it on the coffee stain, like the showcase stream, and they were like talking about this, and then they saw the pipes. They were like, "Oh, he disguised them. He disguised the pipes as cacti, as the cacti that are in the area." And I was like, "Yep, that is totally what I did. That was intended." Yep, it wasn't. I had no idea, but yeah. It's just a little window for pipe. Have a look at what's going on here. But this was I started building this when the update, I think it was update 8 or 7, when they first introduced Lumen. And it just, let's go back into the main game again. When they first introduced Lumen, so I wanted to play with the light, and the whole build started out as me just playing around with the light falling through the machines and bouncing off different angles and curves and stuff like that. So that's how the build started. I think it's also my only like worthwhile build that doesn't have any hexagons in it. And it turns out it's one of my best, so I don't know what lesson to learn from it, but I'm not going to learn it. Let's have a look here. The end product, eventually. Yeah, that's very, very coming soon. I have to say, I am also excited to see the end product, but yeah. It's going to be a while, but we'll see. Okay. Am I going to be on Maker server at all? I already was. I think I will, but you know, it really depends on whether I'm feeling the inspiration to build for this one. So if I jump in here and sometimes it happens. You just jump in and you look at the screen and like nothing is happening, and um, at that point I will join Maker server just to get some inspiration going. Um, Not sure how often or for how long, because I really want to put some actual progress onto this one, because it's been way too long. Alright, so this is how I build a helix. I find that center point that I want to get to each time, and that's right here. And then I build ramps from that center point right there. I built ramps on both of the sides of the helix that I want to ramp to connect to. And then I find the height. It really came together easily and nicely. Sometimes it takes a bit more tries, but here I just can get to do this, and that will now make a nice and satisfying curve that doesn't like wobble too much when you're riding a train down it. You just start it over. Yeah, if you're gonna start over, you get to do it on a server. That's great. Because it's yeah, you can. The progression just goes so much faster when other people are gonna build like. You have Woodrow building like the entire setup for a heavy modular frame factory or something like that. Alright. Just gonna do some more things for sustenance. Guess you're wondering, what am I drinking? This is a La Chouffe, Belgian beer, and La Chouffe is a French word for gnome. So, bro, I have half a truck station built, and these guys are gonna be done with phase 3. My production will be irrelevant by the time I'm done. Yeah, but it's still going to be a cool truck station. Like, this, I don't know where you're from. If you can get it, it is just a fantastic beer. It's quite heavy, so you only drink one or two on an evening, but it's living close to Belgium has its upsides when it comes to beer. There, that's the base for my hexagon. And this was on 5, so that's 5, that's great. And how much of a height difference did we make? I'll write it down, you'll have to look for it. Where are you from? Wisconsin. I don't know, do you get European beers there? I do know that there's a very much a living, breathing brewing community in the States. I visited a good while ago. I was like, you know what, before I go, I'm gonna drink one more good proper beer, and I'm gonna drink one more good proper coffee before I head over to the States. Um, because I'm gonna have to go without for a while. And I was wrong on the beer, but I was right on the coffee. You got, I don't know, but yeah, I had some excellent beers over in the States. It's +4. -8, so 12 of a difference. So theoretically, this should work if I go down by 5. And then go like this. And this should work. I think it does. I'd have to go a little bit less steep. Yeah. Go up by 1, I think. How about this? One, 2, 3, 4. Bang. Yeah, that's better. That is better, I think. Oh. There. See, this follows that curve more precisely. That the angle of that. Let's just go up by 1 more. That's even better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bang. And my favorite beer is from a local brewery. Is it New Glarus? Yeah, New Glarus. The Spotted Cow. Beer names is one of those underappreciated art forms of I think this is the so it's actually 10, not 12. So that means that this thing should be there. That is good. That is a good gradient. Perfect. Looks like the liquor store near me sells La Chouffe. I'll have to try it. Yep. I mean, it's not like a very obscure beer. Like I just buy this at the supermarket, and so it's kind of a big brand, but it's just good. It's a Belgian blonde beer. So yeah, fun background. Chouffe means is a French word, and it just means gnome, which is why they have little gnomes on the cover. And obviously, Belgium is half Dutch, half French in their language, so. Partial to Belgium ale. Nice. I mean, whenever it's ale, I always it gets too bitter for me, so I don't really enjoy it that much. But it's there's so many very good Belgian beers. I'm not even that much of a beer drinker, but I do tend to just buy 1 or 2 good ones instead of a case of, of shit beer. So Okay. Two, three, four, and then 5, 6, and then I think 2. I think that's it. I think that's where I need to go. Did I get it? Did I get it? Am I able to follow my own pattern? Looks like it. Alright, nice. My God. There we go. Okay, so what is wrong with this thing? Come on. Now is the keyboard acting up? Why is everything being difficult? Should I? Yeah, now it's back. Sorry, all of my peripherals are just taking turns to troll me today, so. Alright. Let's keep going with this. Why is everything difficult if my life had a motto? Yeah. I mean, it's. I know it's also like the things I am doing. It is. I am making them difficult. I am part of them being difficult, but they are, and it's. I mean, yeah. It's a good thing there aren't that many windows around because more things would be flying out of them. Alright, so let's go ahead. How many was this? So that's 6.5, right? Yeah, that was 6.5. So now I do 2.5 more, so that is 9. There. I grab this. Put that, grab you, take you. There. I think one more floor down and we can connect to that one. To that direction over there. So it'll be just a full rotation and then 1/6. That's pretty good. That's pretty neat. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10. I need to do 11.5. 11.5. I'll go down a bit more. You're hoping to get progress on the actual factory part of the factory this weekend. Yeah. Yeah. I still have like that entire, where is it? Where is it? It's just daunting. There it is on the horizon behind the trees. I still have that entire honeycomb to fill and connect. Every cell of that honeycomb is a machine, so that's in my future. And I, you know, before I can go there and do that, I have to do this. So I actually need to also check that the see that tower all the way in the background over there? That stripe? I need to check that it isn't filling up. That's my storage for nuclear waste, and it might be reaching its what's it called, its potential soon. So that's a concern. I am going to actually build, as I think of it, I have a blueprint for a cannon somewhere. Where is it? There, cannon. Very subtly named. This should be able to find that. Bang. And yeah, I mean, don't think about finishing a factory. Don't. That's not how any of this works, sadly. This is super wonky, but it is a good way to extract power and go take a bit of flight. Let's go turn on the jetpack. Okay. Ghost Rider, hi, how are you doing? Gonna pop over to the other factory that I haven't been in yet for 4 months since I was here. Oh, the game is laggy. The game does not like me at the moment. This is what we're building, what we're finishing. For now though, I'm checking on this. See if there's still enough juice in this thing. Oh right, yeah, okay. Oh, we have time, we have time. We have plenty of space in this thing. Although now that I'm here, I might as well build another layer on top of it. Been a while, Ghost Rider. How's it going? Oh boy, this is quite a bit of nuclear waste. Where's the power cable? Oh, it's somewhere around here. I think I see it. There it is. No. This might be it. I think this is right. I think this is correct. Except, no, this is correct. There we go. I just say hi because I need to go sleep. I don't intend to wait another 4 months before going back online, so. All right, so that is working. It has been a while since I've been here. Oh, that is great. Ew. Falling down. Get rid of these things. Okay, and now we have to. The centrifuge, yeah, that's a good one. It's another one of those builds that just came together like in the moment instead of like it being completely planned or anything. Funny that that would be the first thing you saw. It's not like a beginner build, so to speak. Yelling at me, and it's pissing me off now. All right. Just finished it right after you joined. Yeah, I think I remember that. Man, it's been a while, eh? All right, here we go. What am I doing? Where am I? I am... This right? Yeah, well, whatever. Here's a cool trick. Take a path signal and cut a railway in half. Or block signal, any signal basically, but you get the idea. There it is. Nice smooth curve to go into here. Now over here I can build my station. Wait, that's this line. And this line is actually going to... We're going to build 3 water lines and do the... No, I'm gonna... Yeah, okay, good. So this one is going to be the nuclear waste. You like that track? Are you... When you say that you like the track, are you referring to the music or the... Alright, bon appetit. Oh, the signal thing, yeah. I really like, it's one of these new little tricks that just helps. Oh man. Let's think. We like the trick, not the track, the trick. Okay. Let's figure out what I want to do with this station, because train is going to come in here and go back out the same way. Problem is, I'm going to do the same thing with the water trains, which I think I know what to do. I think I can have them sit here. Oh boy. Still. This just in, new micro USB is a shit connector. Thank you for your attention. We will now resume our regular broadcast. Or not, because okay, so this is now a normal spiral, but I can also make it a bit more interesting, right? Where is... Strangle this thing, it's so annoying. And that was my keyboard. Reconnecting for some reason. This is like all the peripherals are trolling me today. They don't know what's going on, but we persevere. We hang in there. Is this the right angle? It is. I'm guessing this will be the right angle for this one. Might be. It might be. I'm going to try to get this railway to be like concentric spiral, a spiral that kind of gets smaller as it gets to the center, so you can see all the trains circling towards each other, so to speak. From above it, this will be more visually interesting than a straight spiral down. Not very happy with how these curves connect though. That's not very good. How about I just how about I just, that can go there, and what if I just go to just this point? Just let the game figure out the curve instead of trying to dictate it. A lot better, isn't it? It is a lot better. Still kind of weird to me, but I'll live with it. I can live with it. Too steep or too high? Get away from me. Get out of the way. Get out of here. Get out of here. Okay, this is too high, isn't it? Yeah, it's one too high. How about now? Yeah, much better. Much more correct. I think I'm going to end the stream for a bit while I figure this out offline or off screen. This needs to be higher, and recharge the headset as well. A amount of beeps in my ear while I do this. I might actually be able to provide some commentary and be a bit more entertaining. So, but for a first time going back to actually streaming in 4 months, I think it actually went terrible, but still, I liked it. I hope, well, Keon learned something today, so that's good. And we'll see next time. I'm gonna end it right here on this beautiful screen, beautiful sky box. That did they add this over Christmas or something? I think they did, right? I haven't seen that yet. Fantastic. All right. See ya.